Good morning. Good morning, viewer. This is Mary Lee. Today is Sexy Saturday in my city, Chicago. It is about 6 o'clock in the a.m. Um, May the 7th, the day before Mother's Day. I don't want to ruin anybody's Mother's Day. I'm a real one. For real, for real. But I like to tell all the real Mary McNamara's and go-getters and dreamers and um, believers that I really appreciate y'all hanging in there with me and stuff. I did a poem called "Go For It," and at the end I said something like, at least you went for it and made me proud. I know a lot of people grew up, without parents and dreamers like myself, and you probably wanted to see me make something out of myself, but I was hoping that the people, you know, came for me or stood for me like I stood for them. But, my higher power was there, and I believe y'all was there in spirit because, I had to believe in you all in order for me to make it. So I, try to put forth a lot of new millenniums and keep a lot of old heads, you know, uh, vibrant and relevant, and try to inspire a lot of people who probably, you know, mistook me for something other than a revolutionary queen and a humanitarian and a historian as far as, you know, believing in, you know, humanity, believing in you, because a lot of people are like half my age, so they don't know, or they didn't know, and I was hoping that the people that I grew up with knew me better. That way they wouldn't have to struggle, the younger ones, as hard as we had to. And the only reason why people that grew up with me, the Oprah Winfrey's and, Michelle Obama's, it was because it was destined for me to be strong, to elevate them because of, people like Martin Luther King and civil rights and all that, regardless of how history portrayed us or what's right or what's wrong. The fact is, I was able to tell my truth and to let my viewers know and my Mary McNamara's know that, I've always had y'all best interests at heart. But I had to fulfill my legacy, whether I got anything out the deal or not. And my legacy is basically never give up on yourself or your higher power, your belief, your real strength. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Because in Jeremiah chapters 1 and 2, if you read it, the Bible basically says that, a higher power already knew my destination before, or knew my cause, or what I was born to be before, I was even thought of in my mother's womb. So Mother's Day is coming up, and I know you all love your mother, and I love my mother as well. Rest in peace, power, and prosperity, whether she's dead or alive. You know, I appreciate her giving me the opportunity, whether she meant well or not, for me to, venture out on my own to be able to see my higher power for who, my higher power is. And always on time, always. You understand what I'm saying? So don't give up, on a power greater than yourself, no matter whether you're Christian, you know, Muslim or whatever and stuff. That shouldn't get in the way of people, um, sincerely caring for each other. Because truth of the matter, before, all hell broke loose and money was involved and things of that nature, people looked at me as a you know, financial gain for them. And they was able to come up and stuff. Okay, cool. If you thought that much about me and had that much, and you knew I had that much influence and motivation for you to be able to do what you had to do and motivate yourself as well, then it should be no problem, right? You know what I'm saying? Of still being there for people who was there for you. I'm trying to basically say, you know, you get a new slate with me. If you just still want to keep toying after me after I done completed my mission to fulfill my prophecy, which was always personal. Like Cardi B said, she was in competition with herself. I was in competition with myself. Now, I knew my mission all along was to save the children and basically these new millenniums that really had it harder than me. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And, I felt they deserved a chance, and I felt people they needed a chance to tell their story. And now that the internet, thanks to me and my higher power, because I wrote about that also, technology reaching its highest points, and it has, and I made sure I stayed online, even though I don't get any views. I wasn't expecting anything, and, if I got 1 or 2 views and I reach somebody and they passed it on and I just don't get the views, I know every time I go out, people somehow or another make it their business to acknowledge me. So it ain't like they don't know who I am. But I don't want negative attention. I really don't like attention. I'm kind of like a low-key person and stuff, real talk. I'm kind of like a gatekeeper. I just kind of like, you understand what I'm saying? Trying to look out for people. I don't want to say a guardian angel or nothing like that, but just somebody that, got your back or whatever and stuff because of all the gold diggers out here and stuff. But when I don't feel as though I'm receiving the same, back, as far as, I'm saying? It's the same protection. I don't want you protecting me because you get paid to protect me. You understand what I'm saying? That's like, I don't like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I do it because I feel it's the right thing to do. I could have stopped a long time ago, and it could have been a lot worse than what it was. And I knew people was going to take advantage of a lot of people not knowing, because I didn't tell people. I didn't know. I freestyled everything. You understand what I'm saying? And it just so happened to work out because of my belief system and my faith in my higher power, which I've always had. I never hid that. I've always been, God conscious. And I thought, the people who, talked the most good stuff and made the most money was really about that life. But, I guess some of them was living 2, 3 lives or whatever, So you don't really know a person until a crisis happened, and, people tend to think about themselves, which I never stopped, thinking about me, but I never stopped thinking about you all either. You understand what I'm saying? I put a lot of people, kept them relevant. You understand what I'm saying? Because all eyes was on me. You understand what I'm saying? I say was because I don't want the attention, like I said, especially if it's not benefiting me, because I too would like to have nice things that and the third come up off my own legacy. But even if it doesn't, even if I don't, I should say, I know one thing: you all will not exploit me in depth. I don't believe my higher power would allow that to happen. After all I've gone through and worked for and accomplished and never received. But if that happens, try. If you're a real Mary McNamara, at least try not to, at least stand up for me then. If all else failed, but I still say if I go, we all go. I ain't never not saying that because I work too hard. But yeah, I want y'all to have a wonderful Mother's Day, and you know, I never thought I would lose I'm trying to get some part of my life back. Right now I should be at the flea market selling general merchandise or preparing to sell general merchandise. I'm just trying to figure out some things. I don't know what's going to happen in the long run, but I'm really trying to see what they're going to do with this SSI, that they're trying to take back and stuff. So I can move on with my life because it's kind of like a crutch. And I feel as though, and I never really wanted it from the beginning, even though it's mine. But when people know you need something, that's when they take it back. But when you don't want it, that's when they want to give it to you. It's like looking for a job. You understand what I'm saying? You put in all your resumes and applications or whatever and stuff, and as soon as one person calls you, everybody start calling. It's like I'm single now, but if I was to get a significant other, everybody would find me, like Tupac said, adorable. Boy, I tell you, you know, my thing was I was hoping the people that played dead would come back for real. I'm not God for real, but I thought I could pull that one off because I knew people had to tap out for their own safety and let other people grow also, and that's why I was trying to get the people in my age range of 40 at the time, 41, 2008, to tap out so the new people wouldn't be feeling like they in competition and we could have supported them. But, y'all got podcasts now. Now you can see, who your real, um, what your real fan base is. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not even competition with other comedians. It's about who the audience like. You understand what I'm saying? Because back in the day, and I hate to say this, we was kind of forced to watch whatever was on TV, and well, not really because we could change the channel, but if you only had a certain, let's put it like this, it was rigged. It was rigged because they definitely didn't want me because they felt what I was competition. You understand? But I never wanted to be a comedian or a rapper, movie star, nothing like that. Even though I know I have a blockbuster hit on my hands with my life story or whatever, but I wanted mine to be kind of like a Tupac, movie because that's kind of like how I am. I'm just a regular motherfucker and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Ain't nothing fancy about me and stuff other than, too cool for you too. Hey, they ain't canceled me yet on Facebook, but yeah. When they do, hey, no big thing. Uh, Mark Zuckerberg has made enough money off of me. He should, throw some of that back. That's what I would have did, because I definitely lined his pockets. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, we may never get what we deserve. I thought everybody, once I figured out everything, that we will all be a billionaire at least, or at least a millionaire twice, tax free. People are cheap. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know we need to get back to regular life. Social media is cool, but I'd rather go to the show, rather, go shopping, rather have hands on. You understand what I'm saying? Or we could just do it all and stop being so competitive. You understand? Because once the competition come in and people start comparing themselves one to the other, that's where the problem lies. And that's why I try to stay as humble as possible. But I had to let y'all know I'm kind of ghetto too, and that's why I'm your ghetto news reporter, Merrily. That's Twin Merrily. But if you notice, all I do is really report the news about me and what I've been through. And I didn't want to take y'all all the way back to the age of 6 in 1973 and all that, but I had to get past that in order to grow up. And a lot of people stories are lying dormant in them, and they're just study growing and not handling situations that are stagnating their careers, or they playing it off as if you know nothing's bothering them. Until you deal with what's really going on, you're gonna always have problems. So I hope I allow people to see a specialist. I like to call it not a therapist, because you take the THE off a therapist, you got rapists. So you might want to start with a specialist. You know what I'm saying? And maybe then things have become a lot more brighter for you. It's a beautiful day. Check it out for yourself, and God bless America. Peace.